Yeah, it was 1988, NorCal, Northern California. We were riding crotch rockets and wrecking cars, stolen vehicles, and what have you. Uh, in Sacramento in 1988, they had down Excelsior Raceway. It was a drag strip in Sacramento, North Sacramento County, where they would. It was IHRA, International Drag Racing Hot Rod Association. It was not an HRA sanctioned event. This is IHRA. They were kind of a club league underneath NHRA. They ran top feelers. The beautiful thing about IHRA events is you can get right up on the fence, man. Up these old boys with them funny cars and them superchargers, and they're burning nitromethane. You could smell that shit, and they would just pop right off that line, dude. They just fucking run. They're running back in the late '80s. If you're running sevens and a quarter mile, you're pretty hot. Um, so IHRA and Excelsior in Sacramento, they'd run the fucking not only the top feelers, they ran what they called they were funny cars with a goddamn jet engine in the son of a bitch. And fucking jet, and you get two funny cars up at the line, uh both of them running fucking single engine turbine jet, yes, with afterburn. And they're running right off the fucking line. They're popping each other off. Boom, boom, hit the green, go, motherfucker. Light the afterburners, and they're down the fucking strip. So back in those days, back in the late '80s, going down to Excelsior Speedway, because that's when radio actually meant something. Was back in the '80s, and you hear on the FM radios, you're listening to the Guns N' Roses and Metallica, and it come in with the commercials on the FMs. It's, this weekend down Excelsior Speedway, we got Nitro Funny Car. And everybody's like fucking lit for that. Everybody's there. Every motherfucking cunt in fucking Sacramento County is going to be at that fucking speedway that weekend, that night. So we'd run down there from the hills, those fucking hillbillies. We'd run down there, get through the gate, and get in there. And, this is back in the '80s. This is beautiful, man. People were like, they didn't give a fuck. It was nothing like it is. Go anywhere now. Go to any event today. Today. You're not gonna see this shit. So back then, I mean, people were up on the fucking uh bleachers, man, at the drag races, baby. Fucking feelers lining up. And there's just all these insane Homo sapiens up there in the stands, just with ice chests full of beer. Nobody gives a fuck. So one night we went to the Governor's Cup, and the Governor's Cup in California back then it was a big race. And you got all the feelers from all around the states, baby. They're in Sacramento tonight, motherfucker. They're at Excelsior Raceway, and they're free to fucking get down. They're in the pits. They're rolling their fucking crankshafts. Got that shit pinned just right. Get the valves tuned. Let's fuck this shit up tonight. So it's the Governor's Cup. And we're fucking watching these motherfuckers roast the fucking strip, man. And one night, we're down there, and I was down there with my best friend Kenny, and I think Andre went with us, and some other cat. There was like four of us. We came down from the hills, coming to watch the race. And I'll tell you what, man, we're just watching these fucking dragsters taking on funny cars, ripping down the fucking strip, pulling fucking 7-second quarter miles, Because back then, if you're pulling a 7-second quarter mile, you were somebody. And we're just up there on the strip, and these like two really hot girls, really hot. This is back in the 80s. They were in these tight fucking jeans up their ass. And they're like, "Hey boys, you want to smoke some weed?" And me and my friends were like stupid as fuck. We're like, "Hey, all right." They took us underneath the bleachers and they produced a bowl with some weed. And we're looking at them, they're looking at us, they're watching us, we're looking at them, we take a hit, and they're passing around my buddies, and like, what the fuck? Wait, what's going on? What exactly is going on here? And then they disappear, and then we go back down to the drag strip, dude, and they're fucking running these goddamn. That's when they brought out the funny cars with the fucking jet engines with the afterburners. Boom, motherfucker, boom, down the fucking strip. And at that point, I'm like, oh shit. I think these fucking bitches dusted us, dude. Cause I was fucked up. I showed up to the drag strip with my friends, and now I'm just this big giant balloon head floating. And then once in a while, I see a funny car with the afterburn and a jet engine going down that dark strip. And at that point, I'm like, I'm walking up and down, I'm looking up at the crowd, and they're all drunk as fuck. Yee! And I'm looking back, and I'm just this big giant balloon head floating up and down in front of the fucking bleachers like some goddamn idiot. And nitromethane fucking afterburner jet engine fucking IHRA funny cars burning the strip up. And I had to go ask my best friend, Kenny. I'm like, Kenny. I had to go find Kenny, my best friend, because I'm fucked up, right? So I'm like, hey. And I found Kenny. He's holding on to the fucking chain link fence, and there's just fucking dragsters, jet funny cars just fucking ripping the fucking drag strip apart. And Kenny's just holding on to that chain link. And I wanted to ask my best friend Kenny, I wanted to say, hey, dude, I think those bitches dusted us, man. I was going to try to communicate that, but I'm not, because you can't have a conversation at the drag strip. There's no way. You can't even think out there. It's too loud. I was going to try to get Kenny back under the bleachers again and say, hey, dude, are you feeling what I'm feeling? And I said, Kenny! And he's holding on to that chain link fence, and there's fucking jet funny car stripping down Excelsior Speedway, lighting up the night. And I said, Kenny, come here. And he wouldn't let go of that chain link. Oh, dude, you gotta talk to me. I gotta talk to you. Come here. He wouldn't let go of the chain link, dude. He's holding on to that fucking chain link for life, man. And then I got the big idea. Oh, shit, this is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go down to the finish line. I don't watch all these jet funny cars come across the finish line. So I make it all the way down the finish line and sit down there in the dark by myself. And guess what? The race was over. Everybody's going home. That was it. That's what happened. Governor's Cup, 1988.